In this video, we're going to look at creating text and using text in the background. So this is going to be a time lapse that shows using the word apple and just repeating it in different types of font, different sizes, different directions, and angles. So try to just change up the placement of your font and then the angle. But maybe for the text, instead of just doing something simple like what I'm doing for this example that's using just the word of the object, maybe think about something with a little more meaning. Maybe there's a poem that you could repeat in the background or write a few times going across your page versus just one word. So think about a saying, think about a poem or maybe song lyrics that go with your object, and you can use that in your scene. But I'm going to go ahead and play this time lapse here so you can watch as I'm adding the text in the background. And you'll notice as I'm getting started, I'm just jumping around the page and I'm using a couple of different types of font. So I have the cursive, I have the uppercase, the bubble letters, and then the all caps. And I'm just going in repeating those same 4 or 5 types of font over and over again, but I'm changing up the size and the angle. So there's a few spots like that lower left corner where it's written really large, and then a few spots where it's really small, and then I'm just filling in the gaps there. So again, I just did a bubble letter really big on the right side. If you're doing more than one word, I would try to still do something similar to this, but maybe write it going across the top ones, and then maybe underneath that make it a little bit larger and have maybe one important word written a lot bigger than the rest. So once you have your full page filled in, I would recommend doing something to still make this background feel more complete. So either do watercolor, you could do maybe colored pencil, fill in the background with some sort of color. It can be something simple where you're just filling one solid color, or like what I'm doing, I'm using 2 different colors and I'm just painting over a few of the areas that I want to stand out. So I started with the green and I just painted over some of the words with green, and then I went back in and filled in some of the gaps with the yellow and kind of blended them so it's somewhat chunky, but you have both of the colors in one composition. And then I also took that yellow color, since it's not really anywhere else in the actual focal point or in the object that we're painting, and I put some of that yellow on the apple itself. So that just helps to move that color around. But again, be creative with your text. Try to change up the size, the font, the angle, and repeat it a few times throughout that page to really fill it up. And then pick a color or pick a material that you can just fill that background in with a light color that will stay in the background. So don't overdo it with your color and make it look like there's too much going on, but try to tie things together and just do a light coat of 1 or 2 colors in the background there.